Welcome back to the Wiki Wacky Radio Show. I am your host, Reid.
And I'm Frank.
And we are currently live in Washington, D.C. for a certain special event. It's the inauguration of the 47th president. And if you want to hear more about our coverage while we are here, go check out Conservative Conversations. You can find that wherever you are listening to this show. And we got a question for you, listeners. What does D.C. stand for? Everybody always says, oh, Washington, D.C. Let's go to Washington, D.C. Well, everybody knows Washington, but what's the D.C. part? Nobody's ever explained that very clearly, I don't think. You got any guesses, Frank?
Oh, I've got plenty of guesses what the D.C. and Washington, D.C. means, but...
Well, my first guess is the drunk children. It's my favorite.
Well, you know, just to let the people know, we did talk about this slightly at dinner, and I agree with you. I think it's appropriate. I mean, that's what... Look at Nancy Pelosi. Come on.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, bunch of drunk children.
He's a whiskey nipper.
They all live up in D.C., or most of the time, anyway.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you. The drunk children, that's what it seems like. I mean, some drunk child's been in charge of the budget for the last several years.
Yeah, that's true. But if you got any good guesses, listeners, of what D.C. stands for, let us know, because we're curious. No, we've been wandering around this town, and we haven't seen it written down anywhere. It's just all the signs just say Washington, D.C., nothing else.
I was sort of the mind that it might mean Dixie Chicks. The Dixie Chicks, are they going to play the inauguration?
No, but my angel is Carrie Underwood.
Your angel?
Yeah, I even told you this morning she's coming to sing to me.
No, I know. Her and both her bubbies.
That's right. I'll make friends with her bubbies.
She's got big ones too, you know, big old Macy Day parade balloons.
Oh goodness, I was quite excited when I heard she was going to be singing.
What do you think she'll sing?
I assume she's going to sing the national anthem. She might do some other songs I haven't really heard. It'd be great if she did some of her songs. That'd be cool, like a little concert. I could say, I saw Carrie Underwood sing a concert just for me.
What if it's like Dear Charlie?
Like she's singing to a guy named Dear Charlie, or that's the song?
DC.
Oh.
You know, like how they talk about like a Dear John letter? What if
yeah.
it's like Dear Charlie?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Washington, Dear Charlie.
Dear Charlie. No, probably not. How about Washington District of Change? A lot of change. They make change here. Change to the law, change to things.
How about Dirty Coccyx?
How about
Go clean your tailbone, people.
Dirty Congress?
Oh, that's even better. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
That's what it is. We got a dirty Congress. Maybe not anymore. Because the Republicans are in charge.
That's right.
But it used to be a dirty Congress. This is a dirty Congress. Is that what it is, D.C.?
Yeah, of course. Now, I've been here a couple times before in my past. Most recently, my father and I came towards the end of the cherry blossom season to see some of the nice cherry blossom trees around here. It was pretty fun. We also walked around and saw some of the monuments and memorials.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
Oh, yeah, we did a ton of walking that day.
I bet you did.
Yeah. We even went to the Vietnam Veterans.
Beautiful memorial.
Yeah, with the wall.
The wall, yeah.
Yep. And my dad was able to find the name of one of his friends from back in school that was on the wall.
Well, very cool. Very cool. You know, that's one of the monuments that they actually take around the country. They have a little version that they set up
Oh, I see.
all around the country. They don't take the monument.
Right,
They
I
take
get what you're saying.
a sort of facsimile version.
Like a model of sorts.
Model. Yeah, you might call it a model. Yeah. Very good way of putting it, actually. Yeah. That's a great way of putting it. They take a model version around the country. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, there's lots of people who died in Vietnam, or lots of family members, whose family members died in Vietnam, and they don't get the chance to go to D.C., so it's a memorial that they actually take around. So you
That's
can
pretty
find
cool.
that it is interesting. This is supposed to be our wacky show, but that's a real
right.
thing. You can check that out if that's something you're curious in, or if you have a family member who died, or a relative or loved one or something of those lines. You can find this. They actually take that around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Double cherry. Washington double cherry.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
You cut down 2 cherry trees.
Right. I mean, they got all these
I
cherry
didn't
blossoms.
realize that. They always say, I cannot tell a lie. I didn't know it was 2 cherry trees.
I mean,
It's like the
that makes
double
sense.
tree.
Exactly.
Like
the double
hotel.
cherry.
There's probably a double tree hotel up here.
Yeah, and double cherry. The double tree, double cherry. Double cherry, double tree.
Double Washington.
Oh, goodness. Well, prior to my last visit here with my dad, it's been since, like, high school when I was here, because we used to come do what we called orientation and mobility training at the blind school, where we learn how to, like, travel independently and use public transportation and stuff like that. Because the West Virginia School for the Blind is not too terribly far from here.
Yeah.
So we'd come down here for day trips to do some training. It was pretty cool. I've learned how to use like the train around here and the bus. So it's fun time.
Well, that's right. We're both from West Virginia, just in case any of you are new to the channel and you didn't know that. And Reid here is blind, in case any of you are new to the channel and didn't know that
either.
But West Virginia is not very far away from where we are currently. We drove through it twice.
Yep.
Actually.
Each panhandle.
I didn't expect that, but we did. We drove through it twice.
Yep.
And that's our home. Yeah, and Romney, West Virginia is not too far away, folks.
No, not at all.
Neither is Harper's Ferry.
Oh,
That's the one. That's even closer.
Right, yeah.
And that's the one that's famous, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just saying. I mean, if you've never been, you should go. But as somebody who grew up in West Virginia and has always heard about Harper's Ferry, I thought it would be this cool thing. But no, instead, and I'm not saying that it's not cool.
Right.
It's just not what I expected. It's like a historic village, right?
Right, yeah.
But
yeah, I imagine there's not a whole lot there, especially nowadays, because I doubt they use it as an armory anymore. Because that's what it was when...
Well, I don't know. That's a technical question. I'm not prepared to answer that one. But I can tell you that the town of Harper's Ferry, it's not a real town.
Yeah, it's not very big at all.
It's like no, I mean it in the sense that you can't go and get services after 5 o'clock. It's like a Disney, like, small world town.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's like you go there and it's like a step back in history. And it's all for show.
Right.
And it's not like a real town anymore.
Yeah, I've been to something similar in Pennsylvania called Bedford's Village. It's supposed to be like an old pilgrimage type village town. They got little houses and little shops where they would have, been doing their stuff.
Well, I've seen that. And it's the type of thing that you see at like an amusement park where they do like the old timey village or the pioneer village. And you can go back and you see people making stuff out of steel and I'm doing that on purpose because that's the sound
Well, I
of them
know.
like hammering. I meant it to come across. They're like forging their steel and they're doing different stuff, and they put shoes on horses and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in Harper's Ferry, everything closes at 5:00 and there's no town anymore. It's not a real town. It's like a tourist attraction.
Right.
So I found that disappointing. That's the only place I'm coming from, is as a native West Virginian to finally go check it out. I was disappointed because it's like, it's a small world at Disney, but you showed up too late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all just closed.
Right.
It's not a real town.
Interesting. I'd never been there. Driven past it plenty of times, going different places from the School for the Blind.
Well, and I will just say, just so that people don't get pissed at me, since we're on the wacky show, so that people don't get pissed at me, there are legitimate businesses, and I'm sure there are legitimate people that live in Harper's Ferry.
Right.
But no, you go drive down there and check it out sometime. It's not a real town, you guys. I know what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to be discourteous to Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Go check it out. But it's a tourist town. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a real town.
Right, that makes sense. 'Cause, I mean, most people that would be going there anyway that don't live there are tourists because they've heard about it through history.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, because the famous
Brown.
John Brown raided the armory at Harper's Ferry. This was back in the 1860s.
Yep.
And he wanted to steal the guns from the armory, give them to the blacks, and have the blacks uprise against the federal government.
Yep. Didn't go so well.
No, but his spirit was right. His spirit
Yeah.
was right. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I don't know about the rest of it. The forceful entry of the armory and the, arming of people and blah, blah, blah. But the abolitionist part of it was dead on accurate. And God bless John Brown.
How about dead cat? Washington dead cat.
Oh, why would that be?
I don't know. It's just DC.
I was thinking dark chocolate.
Oh, there we go. That's good. Dark chocolate. I like some
There seems
dark
to be
chocolate.
a lot of dark chocolate running around in these parts.
I wouldn't know.
Dark cherries.
Dark cherries. Go
Dark-
with the double cherry.
dark
double cherry.
clouds.
Ooh, dark
There's
cloud.
some dark clouds over DC.
There
right
sure
now.
are,
And it's
yeah.
not because of Trump. It's because of the snow.
Yeah, bunch of snow. We were driving through the snow coming through Pennsylvania.
Now, somebody out there might think there's a dark cloud because of Donald Trump, but you know what I say? F you if you can't handle the truth. That's a Joe Scarborough impression
Yeah.
for anybody who didn't get it.
Yeah. It's one of his best quotes.
That's right.
Oh man,
Because that was the best Joe Biden we've ever seen.
he was so with it.
That's right. Intellectually, analytically, F you if you can't tell that was the greatest Biden that's ever been.
Now, the last time I was here, when my dad and I had walked over to the Washington Monument, we didn't go inside of it. I've never been inside of it.
I haven't either.
It was closed by the time we got over there. But there are people doing something I hadn't known about before. They lay down on the ground with their phones to get a good angle of them and the monument in the picture or something. I don't know what they were doing. My dad said there were people laying on the ground with their phones out.
Well, it makes sense, yeah, because it's 90 degrees.
Yeah,
So does that make sense? Because you'd be flat.
right.
It's like you're doing a 90-degree angle, right? So
Yeah.
you'd get your face. I mean, I assume they'd probably lift their head a little bit.
Yes.
So their head's
Yeah.
probably up like at a 45-degree angle.
Right.
But then they get them and the Washington Monument all in one shot.
Right.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've seen such pictures, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
I can visualize it.
Right. Yeah, I hadn't heard of people doing that, but yeah, like you're saying, it does make sense to be able to do that.
Yeah, because you get your face and the whole Washington Monument into it. So
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah. 'Cause it's pretty tall.
Oh, it is tall.
Yeah.
But I've never been up inside of it either. And also, you've just reminded me again, I maybe ought to say, I've been to D.C. a few times. The last time was when I was 18. And I've got a great opportunity to go to the Holocaust Museum Memorial, which I would recommend everybody should go to.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, serene, how do you put it? Stark
Mm-hmm.
place to be. It's very serene,
Right.
very, I don't know, surreal almost, to out of body.
Right.
You sort of feel like you're on hallowed ground or something like
Yeah.
that. It's strange because nothing happened to DC on that site.
Right.
Not as far as the Holocaust goes or anything, but all the stuff that it memorializes is so deep and so raw,
Yeah.
that you feel it when you're in that space. You can feel it there. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's one place I had not been to.
Well, that was the purpose of the trip. We went as seniors in high school to go to the Holocaust Memorial Museum. And we got an opportunity to explore a bunch of different stuff. We were split between a class of historians and a class of art students. And I actually, you've heard me say this before, but I actually took every opportunity to run around with the art students. I had so much more fun with that than the history because I felt like we'd already done the history. Does that
Right.
make sense? I mean, we'd already studied it. We'd already read it out of the book. I'd already passed my tests and all
You
of
already
that.
took the class.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the trip, I mean, we did the Holocaust Museum, which I would do again. I would do in a heartbeat. I mean, it was, I've already said, amazing place. If you get an opportunity to go check it out, go check it out. But then after that, we had opportunities like we could go to the Library of Congress, and you'd think that would be right up my alley. Well, no, because they weren't going to let us touch any books or check out any books or do anything. It was just a tour of the facility. Well, how many libraries have I been to? Sorry, even I skipped that one. I'd rather go look at some modern art. Because you don't get that in West Virginia. I mean, we've got a couple places, but not like up here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I took the opportunity to go around with the art students, and if I had to go back and do it again, I'd do it again. I'd go with the art students in a heartbeat. We had a great time up here, really.
Yeah, I've been to like the Natural History Museum and the American Museum, which is one of the more recent ones I went to with my dad. It was pretty neat.
Well, I got to do that. I've been up to D.C. several times. Well, at least a couple of times, handful of times. Let's say that, handful of times. And the first time I ever came up was with my mother, and she took us to the Smithsonian. We did Natural History Museum. We did the Air and Space Museum. We did a couple of things like that, and they are amazing. But there's a reason why, maybe it's just me. Maybe it was just me at 18. But MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, I think that's by the Smithsonian. Is it?
I don't know.
Well, it's MoMA. You look it up.
Yeah,
I'll double check myself after we record this. But the Museum of Modern Art, I can't tell you. I think it's just because I have such a fascination because I can't do that. I can't draw two stick people waving at each other. So MoMA blew my mind. That's something you can't read about in a book. That's something you can't... I mean, you can see the pictures in a book, sure. But you get what I'm saying? Not that particular collection or whatever. I mean, to walk around in that space and see those... And some of the art is interactive. Some of it is, it's textured. It's different. It's 3D. It's real. To read it out of a book is not the same as to see it in person.
Right.
So
That's interesting. I'm definitely not usually a art museum person for obvious reasons.
well, I don't. Yeah, there's not much of that art that's tactile, is it?
Yeah. But it'd still be kind of cool to wander around and learn about them sometimes.
Yeah, I guess supposing you're interested, at least in the artist, because
Yeah.
I think movements and periods and art. I think art can be very boring. I took an intro to visual art as a freshman in college, and slept through most of it. And I love art. I'm fascinated by it because I can't do it. But the wrong hour of morning with not enough coffee and I'll sleep even through art. So
Yeah. Dragon catchers. I like that. Washington Dragon Catchers. That's their new sports team.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You should propose that.
I think people might like it better than the Commanders.
The what Commanders?
The Washington Commanders.
Yeah, but I feel like it should be the something Commanders, the D Commanders.
The Washington.
I don't know. I think they're really leaving something out there.
I know. Like, could be. Like, they're making us do their work for them. Listeners, what adjective should we give the Commanders? Starts with a D.
It's gotta be a D.
Yeah. Let us know, folks.
Drunk. The drunk Commanders.
Yeah. That's it.
The damned Commanders. The dominating Commanders.
The Defiant Commanders.
Oh, I like Defiant. Defiant's a good word. Yeah. I like that.
Well, folks, I think we just solved it, so you don't need to tell us. But you can still send us your suggestions. Maybe you'll actually come up with something better than the Defiant Commanders. It's pretty good.
But you should write in and tell us. Absolutely. Any of your
Right.
suggestions or comments.
That's right. The email addresses are always in the show notes.
That's right. And just to bill it again, if you're interested in political content, you should check out our conservative conversations. And if you're in D.C. or were in D.C., you should let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to meet up with you if you catch us while we're here, or hear from you and meet up some other time. Who knows? Trump might have some other kind of big shindig we'd come
Well, of
for.
course he is.
Yeah.
He has those rallies all over the country
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah, there's supposed to be some kind of big rally today as we had gotten here.
We missed it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's going to be some exciting times while we're here in Washington Double Cherry.
It's going to be exciting times for the next 2 years. And you can double check that.
There you go. Oh, good one. Good one.
That's right. It's the Washington double check. Double Chiefs.
Oh. Why can't we? That's a good one. The Double Chiefs. They have two of them.
Double Chiefs.
What football team out there has two mascots?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can.
Maybe it's like a two-headed chief.
That'd be interesting. Do you think it's one guy in the suit still?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's how you save on cost.
Right, that'd be an awkward.
You just pay
Costume.
one guy minimum wage to be two guys.
Yeah.
It's genius.
That makes sense. I think that'll work. The Washington Double Chiefs, one guy, two heads.
Yeah. That's right. He's the head of America and the head of the Trump organization.
Double Chief.
Double Chief.
Double Chief.
Like double, what's it? Double mint gum.
Yeah. Double trouble.
Double trouble.
Uh-oh. Oh, goodness.
It's a double challenge.
Ooh, keep coming up with them. No,
Well, yeah, I forgot for so long that that's what I was supposed to be doing.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm trying to think if there's any last stories I might have about Washington Double Check. Dark chocolate.
I've got an uncle who
Double
lives here.
Chiefs.
I'll throw that out there. My Uncle Sam. I've got an Uncle Sam
Hey,
who
look
lives
at
in
that.
D.C. How do you like that? I really do. It's swear to God, hand on the Bible. I really do.
I have a different Uncle Sam. That's not his Uncle Sam, and my Uncle Sam is the tax man.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, we don't have the same uncle? We do have the same Uncle Sam, but we also have different
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sams.
Yeah,
Because we all have the same Uncle Sam.
that's right. The Uncle Sam.
The one and only.
With
The
the
one
top
that'll
hat.
steal money right out of your bank account if you don't give it.
Yeah. What a mean uncle.
Yeah, we all have that.
Wait,
Mean uncle, but
he is a mean uncle just taking our tax dollars, but they make him seem so friendly. And he's dressed up in his red, white, and blue stripes and his top hat and whatever else he's wearing.
I never thought he seemed friendly. He says, "I want you."
Oh, yeah.
And he points right at you. And my question is always,
intimidating.
you want me to do what?
Punch you in the face? I'll do that.
Bam!
Bam! Right in Uncle Sam!
Right in the Uncle Sam.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Right in the double Charlies. See right there.
Goodness. I think we're just about ready to wrap it up. This is a little bit shorter of an episode.
And it's just a fun
Yeah, it's
episode.
fun kind of bonus. We wanted to get this recorded and put out while we're still here in DC instead of on a typical Wednesday when we're actually already going to be back home.
That's right. We're live in DC as
That's
of
right.
this recording.
Exactly. So be sure to, if you're checking this out when the day it comes out, go check out our other channels to see some more coverage from the inauguration, if that's something you're into. If you're not, that's totally cool. Just go listen to more Wanky Wacky Radio Show. We got plenty of fun episodes.
That's right. And just to double check what he just said, you should check out all of our content. We're going to have shorts. We're going to post up a poll. We're going to put out all kinds of stuff. So if you are interested in this inauguration of our 47th president, even though this is the non-political channel, you should go check out Conservative Conversations. And by all means, if you've enjoyed this or if you haven't enjoyed this, you should let us know. Tell us. Say, don't bring any more political content to the Wiki Wacky Radio Show.
That's right, and we just might listen to you because we would like to put on a good show.
That's right. And plus, we've tried to make this non-political. We've said Trump, we've said D.C., we've said some stuff, but we're not being political.
No, not really. No. So be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast platform. You can find us on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, and many others. You can also go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search at WWRS and you'll find us.
That's right. We also hope you might share us with a friend or two, or a loved one, a cousin, an aunt, a sister, anybody you know. Share us. And as always, we thank you for listening.